So, my guest today is Dyanne Marenco Gonzalez, who's the president of the Costa Rican Red Cross. Dyanne, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Sasha. Thank you for the invite to us in this program. And I'm happy to be part of this amazing adventure in this program from IFRC. Thank you.
So, as already said, you're the president of the Costa Rican Red Cross, but you have actually come up through the ranks, so to speak, starting as a volunteer at a very young age 15. So, I'm wondering what was going on in your life at that time or in your country that made you want to join the Red Cross?
Well, that's a beautiful question. To be honest, in my national society, our volunteers start since 8 years. So when I discovered that I could be volunteer since 15, I was a little bit sad because I was late and I would love to be volunteer before younger. When I was 15, I was in high school and I remember exactly that day where I came back from high school into my grandma's house and I turned on the TV and I saw a lot of emergencies in the country, like floods because rainy seasons. And I told my grandma I want to be volunteer. And then she told me, I have been volunteer since 20 years in another organization, like in the hospital, like ladies volunteer. And she told me it's amazing. I mean, being volunteer, helping without waiting nothing. And I told her, okay, but I want to be volunteer in Red Cross. I want to be like them, those that I'm seeing in the TV. And she helped me with a friend of the family, which was part of Red Cross, and he gave us all the orientation about how to join and where to join. And since that moment, I'm still here.
So, your grandmother and your mother, I understand, were or are both still volunteers. Did that, and you said the inspiration comes from your grandmother, but they were not volunteering with the Red Cross, or are they volunteering with the Red Cross?
No, no. I mean, in that moment, I was the first in my family. Actually, in both families, from father and from mother, I was the first member of Red Cross. But then my mom started asking me, Diane, could you please tell me what are you going to do in Red Cross? Tell me about those activities. Why you are always there? Why you are so happy there? Tell me what you do there. And I told her, mom, come on and join us. So my mom joined us in Red Cross in my branch, in a local branch. The name is Guadalupe. And then she became drivers of ambulances. And she's still being volunteer. I mean, like 5 years after of me. And then my grandma, again, she starts. Wait a second, you two. What are you going to do in Red Cross? Why do you always go there and you enjoy a lot? I want to understand more. And then we told her, Grandma, come on and join us. And then my grandma became lady volunteer, is a word like translating from Spanish.
So, what kinds of things were you doing at the Red Cross at age 15? And you said that the youngest volunteers start at age 8. What do they do at that age?
If I could turn back the time, I would love to start at 8, to be honest. But okay, starting at 15, it was also amazing. We work with other young people, and we work in high schools, in schools. We go into houses where there are kids that need help. We go into hospitals to support kids there, for example, making Christmas party or making different activities. And then we join the other Red Cross volunteers that goes in different areas and we support them. So, for example, if at the age of 15, if there was an activity for the Independence Day where Red Cross sends a lot of ambulances to take care of people, I was there also, but with like a note paper, taking the names of the patients and the age and the address and all the statistics, and then with logistic, like supporting them, like where to enter, where to go, where is the exit, all these main questions, and then like supporting the other areas of the national society. When even with 16 or 17 probably, with IFRC, I had the opportunity to travel a lot around the, I can say, the world, because even being less than 18 in Costa Rica, the majority started at 18. I traveled to Guatemala, I traveled to Honduras, I traveled then to Canada, and then I went to Italy and to Switzerland, being less than 18, in different activities with other youth people, with other youth members of youth program from Red Cross. So this exchange with other members is amazing. Trying to understand that Red Cross is around the world and that we are all doing this is is the wonderful thing I have ever in my life.
What's the most surprising thing that you learned as a young volunteer?
Wow, how to save life. And I have always said, and I keep saying this now, being a president of the National Society, that Red Cross saved the life of people outside, but then also save our life. Because in Red Cross we learn how to survive, how to react, how to drive correctly, how to do many things. So I think this is like the most everything that I love from Red Cross, because we save people life, but then also we can save our own life.
Did you have any idea at that time that you would one day become the president of your national society?
Not at all. Not at all, because it was never in my dreams. I have At that age I have three dreams. One, it was to give blood, I mean donate blood, but with my age I couldn't do it. When I got the age, I didn't have the weight. So I'm still having that issue. The second dream I had, it was to drive ambulances, and I didn't have the age. Then when I got the age, I didn't have the license permission. Then I have the license permission, and Red Cross teach me how to drive ambulances. I have all the courses and the ambulance training course, but I don't have time now, to be honest. I mean, being the president and then driving ambulances is not possible now. And the third dream that I had that time, and then probably I keep that on my mind, is to support in Red Cross in other countries. I mean, this search mission that we have now is part of my bucket list, like supporting other countries with hurricanes, with earthquakes, with many emergencies. It was that, but none of that. It was about being the president of Costa Rican Red Cross, or being the president of CORI, because I mean, I have two hats now, being the president of the National Society and also being the president of all the Americas region. So no, it was not on my plans.
You mentioned you actually were an ambulance driver, um, and, um, and the Costa Rican Red Cross is one of the main emergency responders throughout your country when it comes to what we call pre-hospital care. So ambulance teams of paramedics who stabilize, care for people before taking them to the hospital. What would you say are the biggest challenges and perhaps changes that are affecting this aspect of Red Cross's work in Costa Rica?
Well, Costa Rica is a very small country. I mean, we are only like 5 million of inhabitants, and in Red Cross, we are 6,000 of members, which is a lot in the proportion of the country. But then also we have a lot of branches. We have 134 branches around the country. It means that we have the presence in all the communities, and our members are from the community. So this localization is really working in Costa Rica since 140 years, because next year we are going to be 140 years old since we were created. And about ambulance service, about this pre-hospital care service, we have in Costa Rica more than 100 of years of providing these services in our country. So as we all know, national societies has an auxiliary role to governments in humanitarian affairs. In Costa Rica, what my country needs since 100 years ago is these ambulance services. So we are the first responder. If you call 911, it's Costa Rican Red Cross, the one that is going to answer, to respond to this emergency call. And we send our volunteers and our staff members, some of them paramedics, some of them with another training that we teach, but all of them being there to support people 24 hours a day. So we have an average that we have one emergency per minute in this country, where Red Cross is there, where Red Cross is always there. I mean, 24 hours, 7 days by week, all the year. And this in this moment, just to give you an example, we are on alert because we have hurricane season, and there's a lot of things going outside with hurricanes and cyclones and depressions. So we have this alert in all the country, but then also our kids are on holidays. So Costa Rican Red Cross raised operativo de medio periodo, which means like we raise a program like a special operative, if that a word in English, where we organize our people to have service points around the roads, service points in the beach, service points in the mountains, where we support people that has accidents in the middle of their holidays. But then also at the same time, the country has something we call Juegos Nacionales, which is like the Olympics of the country, I can say. I mean, the games of different sports. And Red Cross is also there providing ambulance services in this place. And we keep moving with trainings, with meetings, with a lot of things. So it's a national society that never sleep.
The Costa Rican Red Cross is also known for its leadership on environmental issues. And the so called green response is a part of your disaster prevention and response. Can you talk about that a little bit? What does it mean, green response?
Yes, we have a reference center in Costa Rica, a reference center of community resilience and environmental. We have an MOU with IFRC and we have it here, and we provide to all communities services of, of community resilience, training them, preparing them for different emergencies, and all our branches has standards of environmental. Even our headquarters, for example, has now I don't know the word in English, like a program, like something to collect water from rain and put it in the special tank, and then we reuse that water to 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 do it green. I mean, to do this green response. And in a country with many national parks, I mean, a big portion of this country is under national parks protection. Of course, the national society has to be green. I mean, with the response, and we work really hard with SDGs. We work really hard with this environmental protection. We work with protecting turtle for just to give an example, planting trees and making recycle programs, collecting garbage in sometimes and then divide it into recycle. And all of our volunteers, since all the age, we all of them, all of us work in that, in these environmental programs. Even we have an elderly program also. Elderly programs with two different areas. Damas voluntarias, which is as my grandmother, I mean volunteer ladies, and veteranos, maybe the word in English could be veterans, we are members from Red Cross that has many years of being part of the organization, and even at their age of 60, 70, 80, or 90, as my grandmother, they still giving their volunteer service everywhere in the country.
So I'm told that your national society has significantly reduced the carbon emissions of your entire fleet of vehicles, including ambulances, and you're working toward a completely carbon neutral fleet. Is that possible, and why does it matter?
Yes, because we have a strong pre-hospital care services. Of course, we have a lot of ambulances. Our fleet goes around 700 vehicles. From them, almost 500 vehicles are ambulances. And then we have a fleet department that goes to monitorate all the fleets. So every car that we has a GPS, and through this GPS, we track them to 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 support them in this carbon neutral program, to check if they arrive to the emergency, they have to turn off the vehicle. They cannot be with the vehicle on, with the air condition on while they are just stopped. All these practices, and then all the maintenance, the prevention maintenance that we do to our cars. It is important also to support this environmental problem related with the fleet. So we have been doing many activities and many programs to support this green fleet, because it's very big fleet, but then to track them, to teach our drivers how to drive um, with environmental friendly, like with all these practices, how to do it. And then all the components that go inside the fleet also has all these standards, environmental standards that we do. And we have actually one staff of our fleet management team, which is environmental engineer, and she's the one that is teaching us how to go in this, and how to keep pushing to one day being carbon neutral. We don't have any ambulance, we don't have any car electric, because even we have been trying to do it, there is no like good options, I can say, in the market, considering the the necessity of our cars, because our cars goes into the mountains where there is no nice roads, where we have to put chain in the wheels of the cars to move forward. And then we need a lot of speed, and then we need to move all the day. So these electric cars, I mean, we are ready to try if someone wants to try with us. But what we have learned is that in the market still there's none options like this for a car using like in emergency response in a country like us.
And climate change is having a big impact on the crisis the Red Cross is responding to. Um, in your country, one obvious example is tropical storms and the hurricane season that you just mentioned. But is climate change also affecting the spread of diseases? I'm thinking those transmitted by mosquitoes, for example, like dengue, Zika. Can you tell us about that?
Exactly the way you say in Costa Rica, because we are in the middle of the continent and we are a tropical country. Yes, we have the two opposite. I mean, we have floods everywhere in some times of the year, and then we have drought in different parts of the year, and then we have some communities that doesn't have water, enough water. I can give my example from my house, even that I live in the capital city, even that I mean, at some time of the year we open the sink and we don't have water, because of this climate change, and because of the amount of water. Even a few months ago, the government gave the alert in the country, about the energy, because Costa Rica has green energy also in the country produced by water, and because there was not enough water and we were kind of in danger with this also electrical part. And this is why Costa Rican Red Cross is working really hard with communities and working really hard with schools and high schools, trying to tell people about the importance of this, and actually focusing in the power of one. I mean, how as an individual we can do many things to change this as individuals, even in our houses, in our jobs, in our schools or high schools, that we have an individual duty
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
go against it. But yes, about mosquitoes, about dengue, we are crossing these difficult days in the country talking about dengue, because exactly as you say, related with climate change, we are having more and more, and we are having dengue in new places where in the past there was
Mm-hmm.
there was not.
You're also quite involved in what we call nature based solutions. This is when volunteers work with communities to use natural processes to help those communities protect themselves from the natural calamities. I'm thinking about tree planting, for example, to protect shorelines and prevent erosion. Is this making a difference? Can you tell us about that?
Yes, yes, totally yes. I mean, with this community reference center that we have, we work straight with communities. I mean, our reference center has almost 400 volunteers divided around the country where we work with communities. If I can show you a map where we have placed all these communities that are working with this Ruta para la Resiliencia, is all this process that we are doing with communities to support them to understand, to be ready, and to respond actually.
Migration is another critical issue in Central America. What are the particular challenges in Costa Rica, and how is the Red Cross addressing them?
In Costa Rica, we have two different flows of migration. One is north to south. People from Nicaragua coming to stay in Costa Rica because they have a lot of families here. Almost 1 million of our inhabitants are from Nicaragua. And then the second flu that we have is from south to north, and this is all the mixed flu that we have. And we are supporting, as all other the national societies of the region, to be there with the people, to support them, to explain them, to listen them. To have We have a RFL program really strong with migrants. We have and PSS. I was thinking the word in English, PSS programs, where we support them and in all the process. This is all the work that we have done. But for example, our colleagues from Panama Red Cross in Darien, they have a strong work they have done there. So my vision is that all the national societies on the way are supporting and collecting. I mean, supporting them to go, and we can tell you that we have seen people here that has for example, a backpack that they have received in Panama. And our colleagues in Honduras have told us that they have seen people that has things from Costa Rican Red Cross or Panama Red Cross. So it's this magic of the power of humanity that we have done. I mean, all of us together are stronger, and all the national societies under this Red Cross and Red Crescent emblem, we are saving life also in this migrants process, even here in Costa Rica.
So, in addition to being a volunteer at a young age, you were also a youth leader within the entire Red Cross and Red Crescent network for many years. And now you're what we would call a senior leader. So, what do you bring to your current role as the president of your national society from your perspective as a former youth leader?
Well, this is funny question because I have to start telling you that in Costa Rica we have a law of youth, and it says that young people that are from 12 to 35. So because I'm 34, I can still saying that I'm young, but yes, exactly as you say.
But you're in a
I mean,
senior leadership role,
I
right?
know.
Yes.
I know. You know that IFRC told me that I'm the youngest female president in all the national societies around the world.
I know that that is
So,
very true. Yes.
so it is to be honest, it is an honor and it is amazing. And also in my country, I'm the first female president since more than 135 years at that time. So yes, I mean it is a strong message to other young people, and this is exactly what I want to say because when I go to visit our branches, when I go to visit our community programs, when I go to visit other national societies, I have heard many young people telling me, "Wow, I didn't know I can do it." Now I see you. I want to be a president also. I want to become a leader of Red Cross and even babies with 8 years. I mean, it is so beautiful. But yes, I think one of the key things that I can contribute to this movement is about my experience. I mean, and have 19 years of being volunteers. It's more than half of my year, my life, and more than half of my age actually. And yes, I strongly believe in Red Cross. I feel proud of being Red Cross member. I feel proud of being Red Cross president. um, my academic background, I mean, I'm a lawyer and I was working as a legal advisor for 7 years in the Civil Protection Office. And I leave my job to become the volunteer president of this national society. So 24 hours per day with Red Cross, with this red uniform, with the other white uniform, with high heels, with boots. It depends of the necessity and I feel honored of being here. I'm working hard to connect Red Cross with others, local actors and international actors. I mean, connecting Red Cross with public actors, with private actors, with embassies, with other international organizations, because there are many things that we can do together, and there are many things that we can do better if we do it together.
So, what is your take on women leadership in the humanitarian sector in general, and then in the Red Cross, Red Crescent in particular?
Well, I have to be honest, and I have to say that it's not easy. I mean, in my case, being woman, in my case, being young, is double effort that I have to do to demonstrate that yes, I can do it. Yes, we are able to do it. But like the best lesson learned or the best gift I can give to others is that you have to believe in yourself and you have to recognize your limits. I mean, you have to recognize what you can do and what you cannot do and be ready to request for help if it's necessary, but also be ready to help others. And this is something that I want to mention and I want to repeat. We have to be ready to support others because there are people that is coming after you. There's people that has more experience, that has less experience, and we have to be open as national societies. We have to be open as leaders to learn and to teach when it's necessary.
Dyanne, at the end of the day, with everything that's going on in the world, who or what inspires you, brings you comfort or hope?
My family, to be honest. I mean, my family, my mom, she's an amazing, amazing woman, an amazing leader woman. And when I grow up, I saw her being engineer in with the animals part. I mean, with the cows and ostriches and chickens and with all this part, and in a world of men also. because I mean she was the only female in many other engineers, agro engineers. And then also, of course, my grandma about all this perspective that she showed me about being volunteer. Right now, my grandma, she's 91, so she's because of the age now she's not active as she wants. And but to be honest, they're the one who inspire me and to make me who I am, I can say. And always say, and this is so beautiful, I strongly believe that Red Cross were my sisters and my brothers and my nephews and my uncles, because in my house I am only child, but I grow up with many other Red Cross members, and they are the one who show me many of the things I have learned.
And the name of the podcast is People in the Red Vest. And you're wearing one, or more precisely, you're wearing the uniform of the Costa Rican Red Cross. What does that mean to you?
Wow. Uh, to be honest, when we wear the uniform, I mean, in Costa Rican Red Cross, everybody has an uniform. Even the babies of 8 years, they have their own uniform. Even the elderly, I mean, everybody has uniform, which is really expensive, but we strongly believe in this. And when we put our uniform, we feel like powerful. I mean, even if we are um, tired, even if we are sick, even if we are sad or worried or whatever, wearing the uniform for me, and I can say for us, we feel yes, we can do it. I mean, there's people outside that need us, and we need to be ready to be there, and we need to be ready to support them. So having the emblem here, I mean, is a privilege. Having the Red Cross here with us is a privilege, because everybody, doesn't matter about what language do they speak, they see Red Cross or they see Red Crescent, and they recognize that there is good people that are ready there to help, to support, and to be part of this power of humanity.
Thank you, Dyanne, for sharing your experience and insights with us and for allowing us to get to know you a little bit.
Thank you, Sasha. Thank you, all the team. Thank you for this opportunity.